Greetings, this is my week 3 reflection, and this week the topic is technology. And so I'm going to give a brief reflection of the reading, some things that struck me, how it applies to me, and some questions that are raised. And so the first topic this week was discussing the difference between digital natives and digital immigrants. So digital natives are basically most of the students in our classrooms who have been using technology to some degree most of their lives. They are used to 21st century skills that involve being proficient with technology and having opportunities to make decisions, whether that be decisions in the classroom, having a voice, having an opinion, having kind of a, their sense of democracy as being a part of their use of technology and their role in the classroom. And so they know the potential of technology use, and they can see how using technology can be useful to them. The goal for teaching digital natives is to engage and empower students, engaging them with the technology that they're familiar with and empowering them by giving them options and a voice in the classroom to make their learning a part of their own. The idea is to engage them before teaching content. Content will help reach the students who are digital natives. They're used to getting instant feedback, they're used to being very stimulated, and so this is the way the students are. If we want to reach them where they're at, engagement will help do that. Another problem with the digital natives is these students, and I'll talk more about this later, there's the possible issue of students becoming more isolated, and they're so dwelled on instant gratification. This can also cause some problems, and I'll talk about this more a little later. On the other side is the digital immigrants. And so digital immigrants are those who have had to learn technology as time has gone on and are adapting to the new types of technology and how to use them in the classroom. But something that they bring that digital natives don't have is that they've done it the old-fashioned way. And this gives them perspective, history, and an understanding that digital natives often don't have. So they know not only the pitfalls, or not only the potential of technology use, but also the possible pitfalls. A term that could describe how a teacher would land in between these would be tradigital, and they can take the skills and values that they possess and then learn new skills dealing with technology and have a more balanced approach. And so when I was reading about these digital immigrants and digital natives, I was struck that the only way that in my classroom I've been able to effectively teach is to have a fine line between giving students a voice, letting them use technology, but also bringing my own perspective and discerning eye into when and where the technology should be implemented. Because letting the students decide when and where technology is implemented, including who they choose to sit with, who their group members are, what their curriculum looks like, undermines the experience the teachers have been trained to use and bring to the classroom to help their students learn in ways that have worked for students in the past. And so there's a fine balance between being a digital immigrant, for taking the kind of the old-fashioned way, learning those basic skills and teaching the basic skills, and knowing where to fit in technology that students are comfortable with and bringing them into the picture, while also being an effective leader, leading your students where they need to be. So one of the most important things I got out of these readings was that technology has some good and some bad aspects, and so both need to be weighed. Obviously, technology is present in the 21st century, and so our students need to be competent in using technology. And using technology often does not necessarily mean students can use it well. They can be on the computer for hours and hours every week, but when you give them a data analysis program where they have to solve a problem using that technology. Just because they know they use it often doesn't mean they know how to use it well. And so we need to teach our students to specifically use specific problems, teach them how to use the program, how to manage difficult programs, analysis, model for them how to effectively use it, and then model for them how to solve a problem using it. The biggest impact technology can have is when and only when teachers can implement effectively the technology. So they need to know how to use it, they need to model how to use it for their students, and they need to basically know that it fits into what students are learning. It has to fit into the curriculum. Technology is not an end in of itself. It can be a tool. So on the bad side, technology can often isolate students. And so if they're sharing tasks and accounting only for what they individually have to be responsible for, what happens is they isolate themselves, and they have less time for critical, collaborative, or meaning-making discourse with their peers. And so if there's all this technology, they may also lose basic skills or fundamental skills that doing something the old-fashioned way would teach them that maybe they bypass. And so the main thing I'm seeing that technology is a tool. It's not the holy grail for education, nor can it be its own end, but it does have potential given it's used in the right context, for the right reasons, and it's used effectively by the teacher. We're not using technology just for the sake of using technology. It has a specific end, and it's useful for the tasks that we are using it for. If there's a better way to do it without technology, it's likely that is the better way. But as teachers become more confident using technology and using it in the classroom, they should be able to use this, and it has a lot of potential for the classroom. Some questions that were raised in my mind: what are the long-term implications of the widespread and rapid use of technology in the last 100 or so years? How are students' attention span being affected when they don't have to memorize as much? So much more of their memory is being accessed electronically. And so are they able to pay attention as long? If they don't have to focus as long when technology provides bam, 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 instant stuff? How are their interpersonal communication skills? Are they learning the basic skills they need? Can they delay gratification when something would cause them to need to wait on something? Can they focus for as long? Are they able to critically think as well? And will they persevere at tasks that take more time than they're used to spending? And so these are my questions in my weekly reflection, and I hope that this has been entertaining. Have a fantastic week.